Welcome to the Princeton Environmental Institute. I'm the director of the Institute, Steve Pacala. PEI is the entity at Princeton that manages environmental education and research on a constellation of topics in over 25 departments, from science and technology to policy, the arts, humanities, and social sciences. At PEI, undergraduate students can take part in a certificate program and many opportunities for research, including internships, senior theses, and multi-year research programs that are best thought of as super theses. We have a world-class faculty, a significant number of people whom you've learned about in the press or in coursework outside of Princeton are on the faculty here, such as Dan Rubenstein, the animal behaviorist, Francois Morel, the oceanographer, and Catherine Peters, a civil engineer. Students work hands-on with these faculty members and other top experts. These range from policy expert Michael Oppenheimer, who for over 30 years has been one of the most visible spokespeople about climate change, to Michael Bender, whose work on greenhouse gases and climate has established one of the most convincing links between fossil fuels and warming, to Peter Singer, one of the world's most distinguished ethicists. Our faculty comes from over 25 departments, and we cover the most important environmental issues. We have particular expertise on global climate change, with literally hundreds of scientists, engineers, and policy experts. These include ecosystem ecologist Lars Hedin, chemist and fuel cell expert Andy Bocarsley, oceanographer and climate modeler Jorge Sarmiento, and alternative energy expert Craig Arnold. We collaborate closely with the nearby NOAA Geophysical Fluid Dynamics Laboratory, which builds the climate models that guide U.S. policy. Princeton is the only top-tier university that builds cutting-edge climate models. Our faculty includes biodiversity experts such as David Wilcove and Simon Levin. We also have a remarkable concentration of oceanographers and marine biologists such as Bess Ward and Danny Sigmund. PEI is home to leading experts on environmental pollutants, energy technology, and epidemic disease, such as air pollution expert Denise Mazeral, energy expert Rob Sokolow, and healthcare expert Chris Paxson. The core of the educational offering is the certificate program. We offer 3 core courses that integrate science, policy, and technology, and a large number of more specialized courses. The PEI education is experiential and hands-on. We spend lots of time outside working in the rough. The undergraduate program culminates in an environmental thesis supported by an extensive grant program. We believe in the Princeton formula of a disciplinary education, but we know that to solve intractable problems around the world, we need to collaborate across disciplinary lines. We are committed to providing the opportunity to study environmental subjects, making a difference now, and still complete a major in any traditional field. We hope that you'll get involved. The world needs for you to get involved. Please do not hesitate to contact us by email, or even better, to drop by our headquarters at Guillot Hall. And do check out our website. It contains lots of information that'll help you get started.